Hi everyone, this is Elena Cruz here, eCruisin' on Instagram. I am a shuffle dancer. If you're into house music, EDM, this is a dance style that I think all of you would enjoy, so check me out. I discovered shuffle dancing in 2015 when I went to my first music festival, Ultra, in Miami. I had no idea what shuffling was before that. I also was not a dancer at all. I didn't even know I liked to dance. I love house music. So I saw these people moving their feet really fast. I was like, oh man, like I want to learn how to do that. That looks so neat. Like I love this music so much. It would be cool to be able to express myself when, listening to the music. And so that then led into me looking up YouTube videos and like finding inspiration online. And so my biggest thing is like my garage videos. Spend so much time in my garage practicing, learning, messing up, recording myself. I've definitely become known for my garage videos because that's where it all started. And it's where I feel like the most creative because you're just kind of in your own space, no distractions around. You can just like be free and get lost in the music. And yeah, so that's how I found shuffling. And my life has changed ever since then. Well, I have to say, I think I'm forever growing at this. I would say to get the basics down, to feel confident enough to do it in front of anyone, it took me, I'd say, a few months. I was really working on it because there was a festival coming up in May called Sunset Music Festival in Tampa, Florida. And so my goal after Ultra, which was in March, was to get good enough, even if I could only do one or two moves, to be able to like feel comfortable enough to go and, break it out on the dance floor. And then I'd have to say I'm like forever growing since then. And you can look back like 4 years compared to now and you notice such a difference just because you like practice more, you get more comfortable with it. And yeah, you kind of like get your own style. I've actually been to Burning Man twice with my brother, a very incredible experience. But I would have to say I've always wanted to go to Tomorrowland just because it's one of like the largest festivals. I was able to go to a festival in Italy last year before all of this happened, and it was such an incredible experience to be outside of the US and around so many different languages and people from different places, and we're all sharing the same commonality of music and dancing, and everyone was just so kind, even if you can't even like speak the same language. It was just a very amazing experience. So I would say Tomorrowland. You can, in the beginning, if you really want to, you can definitely do this. I would recommend in your socks. I just don't recommend going super hard because I have bruised the bottom of my foot before and it's not fun. It definitely like puts you out of commission for a week or two. But my favorite shoes to shuffle in would be Vans, which I have on right now. They're pretty worn in. You can see they're dirty, but these are my favorite. I love how flat they are. It allows me to just like have more control when I'm dancing. Coronavirus has actually made this even more for me to connect with people. I was not doing like virtual classes before this. I actually just started teaching classes in November in person. And that was my first time really being able to connect with my fans aside from when I went to festivals and got to meet them in person. This was a whole other outlet and way to like connect with other people who also just have the same passion as me, and I can also share my knowledge with them. I would have to say, I mean, one, I love my shuffle community, my EDM community. We are just all very loving, welcoming, no judgment. Everyone can just be who they are. And, growing up, through high school and all that, you're still trying to find yourself. And once I found this community, I became a lot more confident in who I am, a lot more open, not as shy. And I mean, it just means a lot to me that I can now connect with people and dancing and all through virtual things now. So even if, I would love for it to go back to normal where we can be in person, but I'm so grateful that we have technology to where I can still connect with my community and reach people. How to improve your mental well-being? One, I think we all have days where it's very tough and it's hard to like see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was definitely going through a time before I even moved to New York where I was struggling a lot with trying to stay happy. I just wasn't feeling that same good energy. For me, my hobby is dancing, and it's something I love. And every time I go and do that, it just brings so much happiness to me. Even if like I put an emotional song on and I'm crying while I'm dancing, it just afterwards you feel so much better after. And so I would always, I guess, recommend to other people keep a healthy mind. One, I think balance is very important. Finding a hobby that just brings complete happiness and joy to you, I think really makes a difference in my life and could make a difference in other people's lives. The most positive thing out of this that I think about a lot is since the world has been put on pause, it's given me a lot more time to focus on the things that are very important to me. You have a lot of brain space right now because we're all stuck inside. I've just had more time to perfect and work on the things in my career, in my hobby, and my passions like dancing that when we're so busy in our day-to-day life, you kind of like lose that and you're just going through the motions. Kind of like making a goal board, like what's my vision? Where do I want to go with this? Start online classes, continue to connect with people. Whereas before I was nervous to do that. This all led into doing things that at first I was so not comfortable doing, where I'm like breaking through those barriers now.